Happy Movement Monday, Mob. This week we're doing a core strength and stability routine. But before I dive in, if you haven't checked out last week's neck mobility routine, you can find that here. And like I mentioned in the video, if you work at a desk for a living, that's a non-negotiable. It's something you should be working into your everyday. And stay tuned for the latest poll that I'll put up on the Facebook group. I plan to put it up Monday afternoon and close it Wednesday morning because usually I film these on Wednesdays. So you have a couple days to vote, so tell all your friends and family. So let's dive right in. We're gonna do 3 moves here. Should take no more than about 5 minutes, especially once you know what the routines are. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is what I call a prone reach. So if I'm in this quadruped position, I'm gonna walk out a little bit, and this is a really good exercise if you struggle with anteriorly pelvic tilted position. If I'm starting all fours, I widen my knees behind me, and then I think of tucking my tail between my legs until I have a nice kind of straight neutral spine. And then from here, I'm just gonna reach one arm out at a time. Now this looks and sounds super easy, but wait till you try it. This is gonna absolutely smoke your core, especially if you're working to try to stay still. So you can compensate through the body, but you're thinking your body's a statue and you're just moving through your shoulders, reaching out in front. We're gonna do a solid 10 on each side. If this is too much, by all means, you can just do 5 on each side, but let's challenge that core a little bit today. Nice. Already feel a little bit shaky. Again, just trying to stay as stable as possible. Now doing this, what you're doing is fighting doing this motion. So you really want to keep that good spinal position as you challenge the core by changing your base of support by taking one arm away. So there's move number 1. I'm already sweating. It didn't look like much movement at all, but trust me on this one, you're gonna be feeling it in your core. The second one, again, we're just gonna be super efficient. If I'm in this quadruped, I'm gonna come up to this bear, and what we're gonna do is a bear kick. So I'm gonna just kick straight behind me. Again, trying to stay a statue, try not to compensate through the body, just moving from the hip joint. Whew. And I'm already starting to get that heart rate up. I'm definitely in zone 2, and we're only halfway through our second move here. So let's do a good 10 kicks on each side. If it's too challenging, by all means, you could just do 5 here. It'll still be a really good exercise routine to get your core warmed up and ready to go. Whew. Let's do 1 more on each side. Whew, man, in just 2 moves, I'm already gonna have to change my shirt after this. So we worked some upper body movement, or I like to call it limb dissociation, while keeping a good solid core or a stable foundation. We did hip dissociation by doing those kicks. Now we're gonna go to the side. Now we're gonna challenge our core from the frontal or coronal plane. That's that side to side plane here. And we're gonna do everybody's favorite. Who doesn't like a good plank? But we're gonna do a side plank dip. So if I'm starting in this side plank position, good neutral spine position, we're just gonna think about moving our belt line here. So I'm just gonna slowly dip until I'm right above the floor, come up a little bit. And we're gonna do a solid 10 of these on each side. And just adding this little bit of movement to your side plank can really take it up another level. I already feel like I might start cramping here. Probably should have did this before my workout this morning, but here we are. No excuses not to get your 5-minute movement routine in. Let's do 1 more on this side. Whew. Also, side note, side planks, killer rotator cuff and shoulder stability exercise, and it's a good way to connect your shoulder stability to your core stability. Fun fact right there, okay? All right, so let's finish this sucker off. 1 last side here. Again, nice neutral position. Start to dip, bring it up. 1, 2, 3. If this is too easy, you'd slow it down. So you do nice, slow, controlled movement, and that'll take pretty much all your core exercises, but especially these 3 moves, up to the next level. So if it's too easy, I don't want to hear it. Just go half the speed, and trust me, you're gonna feel your core burning, and you're gonna be panting just as much as I am right now. Let's go 3 more. Oof. Ooh, sorry, I had to rush through that. I already smoked my core at the gym earlier, so this is fatiguing me a lot quicker. Or I just have a weak core and I need to train it more, which is totally possible. So if you have 5 minutes, I don't even know if that takes 5 minutes if you know the moves ahead of time. You're gonna train your core to stay stable in the first 2 moves while moving our arms, which is super important when doing things, especially overhead. We wanna be stable here. And then we dissociate our limbs with those bear kicks. Again, think of like a squat where you wanna maintain a nice solid foundation and your core has to be engaged while moving your hips. And then the other one, I just like taking my side planks to the next level because if I'm just holding them, man, is it boring. It actually feels like time goes backwards for me. So there's this week's routine. Bookmark this sucker. And like I mentioned, I'll put a updated poll out there today. Make sure you go to it right away and answer before Wednesday morning before I film the next routine. As always, mob, keep it moving.